Hello everyone, welcome to this week's On The Move virtual activity. My name's Stephen, for those that haven't met me before. This week we've got something new for you. We've actually got an adapted version of tennis. So, don't know if we've got any tennis fans out there. Wimbledon's not happening later this month, so hopefully you can take part in this activity and get involved in tennis as much as you can. So I'll explain what equipment and stuff we need to do this activity before we start our warm-up. So, you can see I've got a makeshift tennis net, and this activity can be done indoors or outdoors. So those that did the croquet last week, we're just using the folded bits of cardboard, placing them in a line across the middle of the room, and that is acting as our tennis net, as our little barrier. Other things you can use, upside down chairs, lace the chairs out, anything that can just sort of create a little barrier along the floor. Then we've got some objects on the floor. You want anything where you can either aim to get the ball to bounce in, to land in, or a target to knock over. So I've got a bowl there, which we're going to try and get the balls to land into. We've got a little hula hoop on the floor. Anything you can make with that, even just a circle with a piece of string for a target to bounce the ball in. And I've got two bottles, which we can use as targets to try and knock over. Then I've obviously got a little small tennis racket. If you've got any kind of racket or bat in the house, you can use that. Failing that, you can just use a frying pan, will work just as well. Then I've got a selection of different balls. So I've got some different textured sponge balls. We've got one with a rattle in it. And also a ping pong ball, which will be more bouncier than the others. And we've also got our ramp, made from cardboard for those that are unable to play with the bats. We can move the net for you, and then you can roll the balls down the ramp and try and knock some of the targets over. So yeah, and foil ball as well. So if you haven't got any soft balls around, just scrunch up a little ball of foil, and you can use a frying pan or a tennis racket if you've got, just to knock it onto the targets. Okay, so we'll start with our warm-up. Let's make sure we've got a little bit of space around me. So we're going to do our shoulder raises first, actually. So just going to lift the shoulders up, relax them down. We're going to do 5 of these. Do 2 more. Good. And just a little march on the spot, just to get our knees moving. Just going to do this one just for 10 to 15 seconds. Good. Once we've done that, we're then going to do some shoulder rolls. This time we lift our shoulders up and roll them back. Lift our shoulders up, roll them back. Again, 5 of these. Good. Stand with our arms by our sides. We're going to use our arms quite a bit today. Just bring one hand to touch your shoulder, bring it back down. Same on the other side. Back down. We'll do 5 in total on each side. Try and stand nice and tall as well. Good, let's do 1 more on each side. That's great, and then we'll go opposite sides this time. So one arm across to the shoulder, on the opposite side, back. Same on the other. And these can all be done seated if need be. We'll do 1 more each side. Fantastic. And then hands facing forwards, the inside of the hands facing forwards. Raise up to in line with your eyes and back down. So do 5 of those. Good. And to get our lower body a bit warmer, just going to touch one heel down to the floor and back. And repeat on the other side. Do 5 on each side. Good. 1 more each side. Good. And then we'll repeat that, adding a bicep curl with our arms each step. So one heel forward and back, the arms back down. Like so. We'll do another 5 each side. Fantastic. And then you've got any tennis racket or your frying pan. Holding it in one hand, just going to bring it across the body and open up. So just do 5 on one side. Good, and we'll try it on the other side as well. Fantastic, so hopefully you're a bit warmed up now, your muscles are a bit warm and loose, as are your joints, and you're ready to do the activity. Right, so to begin with, we're going to take one of the balls. Initially we'll stand quite close to the net, which means we don't have to hit it as far. What we're going to do is hold that with one hand, whichever your strongest hand is. Hold the ball just above it, and to hit the ball, what we're going to do is let go of the ball, just as we then give a little nudge. So just a demonstration on that. Alright, so there you go. Managed to get it in the hula hoop as well. So I've got a couple more here. So again, you can choose which target you've got the bowl to land into, or try and knock one of the bottles over. I'm going to go for one of the bottles on this go. Close. Ooh, might come back and knock it. Not quite. We'll have another go. Ooh, so close again. And we've also got the ping pong ball, so I'm going to try and bounce in the hoop this time. Ooh, too hard. Okay, so we'll have another go. This time I'm going to take just a step back, so I'm a little bit further back from the targets. Get hold on there. This time I'm going to hit it and see what happens. There you go. Just got that one in the hula hoop again. Oh, hit the bottle, didn't knock over. Going to try and bounce it in the bowl this time. A lot more difficult. There we go. Another one in the hula hoop. Right, this time I'm going to try and hit the balls with my other hand. So I'm going to hold the tennis racket in my left hand this time. We do the same again. Hit the bowl on that one. Here we go. I know I hit it one time. We try and bounce it in the hoop this time. There we go. Double win in the bowl as well. We'll try this one as well, the ping pong ball. There we go. Much better. Seem to be better with my left hand on this, don't I? Great, so you can see different ways that we're doing it already. Different positions you can stand, doing it with either hand, different targets. Again, if you're doing this outside, you can try and hit it overarm. Inside here, I haven't got enough room, and knowing me, I'll probably break something, so I'm sticking to underarm today. But if you've got a bigger area, especially outside, you can do an overarm shot with that. So I'm going to have another go with my left hand again, standing further back. So the further you stand back, the harder it is to get the targets, in theory. We'll try again. Ooh, bounced in the thing, and you just got over the net, that one. And then again with the ping pong ball. There we go. Great one to finish up on. As you can see, I've now moved the net out of the way. So for anyone that's finding it difficult to knock the ball up and over the net, we can just practice doing it along the floor, and then we'll also do it with a ramp for those unable to hit with the tennis rackets. So with the racket first. Wow, so close. Definitely need some practice at this. Ooh. And this time with the ramp. So you can look at trying to get the balls over the rim of the ring, or if you've got a string of circle inside that, or rolling it to knock the bottles over. Just to demonstrate, I'm going to come a bit lower to the floor. Hold your ramp, place the ball at the top of the ramp. Ooh, getting close to that bottle every time. Ooh, and again, we'll try and get it in the green hoop this time. Yay, there we go. So that's our adaptable tennis session. See all the items, everything we've used today, different ways that you can play. Hit the ball, standing different distances apart to make it more challenging, or using your right hand and your left hand if you can, and also using the cardboard ramp for those unable to use the tennis rackets. So we'll just have a little stretch to finish up with. So to start with, just stretching our arms up in front. Good, slowly relax down. Just bring one arm across. Good, relax that down as well, and same on the other arm. Good, and just touch one arm on the shoulder, just lift the other elbow up. Again, just hold all these for around 10 seconds. Good, relax down, we'll do the same on the other side. Hand on your shoulder if you can, lift it up. Fantastic. And then keeping our legs nice and straight, just going to slowly stretch down and try and touch our toes. Don't worry if you can't touch your toes, just stretch down until you feel a slight stretch and hold it still like so. Good, and then slowly back up. March your feet out just to get your balance back. That is it for this week. Great to see you all again. I look forward to seeing you again next week for another activity.